So, guys, with all the new blocks being added in 1.16, I had a friend who suggested that I make some block palettes. And I think that's a really good idea because you need blocks to build with that look good together. And so I think this will work out pretty well. Let's try it. So guys, here's the first block palette I came up with. I think this one looks really good. You see, we've got all of these different blocks here, and yet somehow they come together to be a pretty nice look. So we've got lanterns here, we've got the crimson fence, we've got the weeping vines, we've got lava, we've even got lava right below us. But the main thing I wanted to utilize in this was the crimson hyphae. And so these are like the equivalent of logs in the nether, along with the warped hyphae. And so I think this looks really good along with the purpur. And purpur doesn't honestly get used that very much. I mean, sometimes it does, but I think this is a really good use for it. As you can see, we've also mirrored this lava stream on the top there, and I think that gives a really cool effect because it kind of mirrors it and makes it look like you're walking down some royal demon possessed throne room or something. I think it's pretty cool. And down here we've got our big throne with our king, King Parchek. Now, my friend, he's a very kind ruler, but can also be very harsh. I mean, sometimes they have to make those decisions, and as you can see, he's getting up there. Again, his hair's falling out a little bit, but he's overall just a great guy. Something else we've got going here is this red concrete. The red concrete works really well with the crimson hyphae, and I think that just having this as all plain red concrete creates a really nice effect since everything else kind of seems a little busy. All the purpur has all these lines in it, and the hyphae has all of this, but that gives us an extra look of depth to this build. Yeah, so that's number one, guys, the crimson hyphae and purpur. Kind of a strange combination, but I think it worked out really well. This is the next one I came up with, guys, and this uses the warped hyphae as well as the twisting vines, but then the big thing that it combines here is the prismarine. So it uses all sorts of different types of prismarine here, and we've also got the planks from the warped hyphae and everything like that, and those really go well together, and they're almost pretty much the same color. As we can see, all these go together really well and create a nice different blue palette for us. And the main thing that gives it its depth is these white highlights, and the white highlights also come from these sea lanterns in here, which as we can see are hanging down in those arches there. And these sea lanterns are what gives us our light, and also we can use the Soulfiren lanterns. These are really cool. I really like these new blocks, and they work out pretty good in this build as well, because they go along with the blue, and they also give off light, but they also kind of have that metallic kind of new agey looking thing. So if you wanted to use these instead of all these like natural looking arches and everything, you could make a pretty modern looking build even with all these. And of course, guys, this is just a lot of fun. I just love these new twisting vines. And of course, all of these highlight blocks are made out of the white concrete and then also quartz pieces. And so these create that really nice texture to this whole place. And I think that really brings the whole thing together. This next one, if you're into the whole bee thing, you're going to like it. So really in this one, the whole thing I wanted to combine is all these honey blocks combined with both the basalt and then also these shroom lights up here. And that creates a really nice look because all of these kind of have that yellow and orange vibe, and then the basalt adds that black you'd expect from a bee, obviously, which is black and yellow. So we've got our campfires over here right under these, so we can set these up even with some redstone if we wanted to make this an automatic little bee farm and a honey farm. And also down here we've got the shroom lights, which are what provides our light for all of this. And of course we're using this yellow concrete down here behind that. And this orange stained glass kind of mellows out that bright yellow concrete so that it fits into this build. And also something really clever we're using here is this. These are actually beehives, if you see that, but I think they create a much nicer look than if we just had the planks of, for example, the oak planks. And these are kind of harsh, but I don't really want that in this build, so I want this top of the beehive, and we've done the same thing up here, mirroring that with the beehive look. And that gives us a really nice, smooth, nice wooden feel. And up here, we've got the trapdoors, which are just kind of to conceal the shroom lights a little bit, but I think it makes it look good. And these, of course, are just for decoration, but I think they work really well with the build. It adds some depth to it and some texture. whereas these polished basalt is pretty smooth, and the rest of this is pretty cool. I mean, I don't know much else to say. I really, really like this one. And of course, if we walk right up here, we've got a road that leads to nowhere. This is the last one here, and I'm really still not quite sure about this one. You guys will have to let me know whether you like it or not, but I think this looks alright, and I'm not quite sure how I'd use this in a real build. But this is what I've come up with. And so we've got these dark green concrete, and also the green terracotta in certain places, like right there. And we've also got green stained glass, black stained glass, and then we've got the crying obsidian down here. And a main feature of this is also the floor. The floor I've kind of checkered like this, and these crying obsidian, they give off a light level of 8. So that's still not going to prevent mob spawns, which isn't great. So we'd have to find a way that we can put some light in here. And I'm really not sure what I would use for that. So you guys will have to let me know. But of course we've got our respawn anchor here, and this does give out a lot of light. If you look at that, that gives 13 light out, and so that will prevent mob spawns, but only in a certain radius around it. And of course we've got our banners up here, and those are kind of spotted around with the purple blocks, which kind of relate us back to this crying obsidian and that respawn anchor. And of course these cactus here, I'm not so sure about the cactus. The cactus, it might work. I would have to see someone use it right, not me, because I don't think I've used it right here, but I think it would look pretty cool. I'm going to do my outro in here with Mr. Parchek back there. Anyway, guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please make sure to leave a like, and make sure you subscribe and press that bell notification so you get notifications every time I release new content. Also, please leave a comment down in the description telling me which one you like the best, or you can even show me some of your own, because I'm sure you guys have created much better ones than I have. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching this video. This has been really fun to make, and I'll catch you later. This has been Civ. Catch you later.